Hi everyone, it's Joy for Honeybee Stamps. I'm super excited to show you how I made 4 beautiful baby cards using the Spring Lullaby 6x6 paper pad, along with some images from the Easter Buddies stamp and coordinating die set. Now, from the Spring Lullaby 6x6 paper pad, I have put together some combinations. I'm making 4 cards, 2 baby girl cards and 2 baby boy cards. And I'm going to be doing some die cutting using the Scalloped A2 card frames. I have the largest one and then the third largest one. I'm using the Easter Buddies stamp and coordinating die and the baby stamp. So now I'm going to put these together assembly line style. So I'm going to get all of the die cutting done. Now I will make sure on these striped backgrounds that my die cut is really straight so that way the stripes don't look wonky. I'm going to tape those down using some low tack tape and run that through my die cut machine. I'm going to do that for all 4 of my cards. I like to ahead of time get my plan together, what pattern paper looks well together, and that will make this process of making some really quick, beautiful baby cards go much quicker. So I had everything planned out and now just getting the die cutting done, laying out my 2 pieces for each card together, and then I'm going to do some stamping and some Copic coloring with these cute Easter Buddies little images. I'm using 2 of the bunnies and 2 of the chicks, and I'm starting with T1. It's a nice gray color. It's not like a stark gray color. It has some warmth to it. So I started with T1. I laid that color down. I'm coming in with T5. This is my darkest color that I'll be using. And I'm just laying down some darker shadows. For the T3 here, I'm blending over the dark, going into the lighter, but still leaving a ton of light area. Coming back with that T1 and blending that all out again. I'm going to do this probably 2 or 3 times until I get the shadows exactly how I want it, because again, as you're blending everything together, things soften up, which is what you want, but sometimes a lot of your color goes away. I am coming in with the R00 for the cheeks and the inside of the ears. For the cute little chicks, I have Y11, 06, and 02, doing the same thing that I did with the bunny. Now I'm coming back in and adding some dots with the T5 and the T3 to add some texture to the bunny. I have some white A2 size card bases, and I'm going to adhere down the largest scalloped frame, which is the A2 size. I'm adhering all of those down, keeping all of my little pieces and parts together. And once that's done, for the center scalloped piece, which is quite a bit smaller, and I die cut it that way because I really wanted to be able to see that large patterned paper, if that makes sense, the piece that goes all over the whole background. So I'm using foam tape behind each one of those. I did want to have some dimension. So I'm just going to peel off the release paper, center all of those little rectangles right in the center of each of the cards, and adhere that down. Now for 2 of the cards, I'm stamping the word baby. I'm using VersaMark ink, and I'm going to be doing some white heat embossing. So I stamped that twice to get a really good crisp image. One of my images did not stamp well, but I'll show you what I did to fix that in just a minute. So I used the white embossing powder and heat that through with my gun. You know it's melted because it's nice and shiny. Now on that little girl card, you can see some spots there aren't fully covered. So I'm coming in with an embossing pen. Mine just happens to be a gray embossing pen from Ranger. And I'm going to heat that up, adding some more white embossing powder and heating that until it's melted till I get a good, nice coverage. So once that's done, then I can start putting all of these cards together. So I stamped the sentiments from the baby stamp set, and I'm also using the sentiment banners. Now, as you can see that some of these banners are a little too large for the sentiment itself. So I'm lining it up to one side. You can see on that little one there, I lined it up on the right side. I'm going to place all of these down. I have to do that with a few of them. I'm going to run them through the die cut machine and then take them out and realign on the opposite side of the stamped and die cut image. So you can see there. Now I'm going to shift this die over, going to the left, making sure the same space is between the end of the die cut on the right and the letters. I'm going to run that through, and then you can see we've got this great, perfect little banner. I'm going to do that for the rest of them. Now let's glue these little images together. One of these bunnies, when you die cut them, die cuts the arms, and so I'm tucking that little chick underneath like he's hugging that cute little chick. I'm adding some foam tape behind this bunny because I do want to have dimension. I'm going to add that to the kind of top center of that popped up panel on our card, and adding some foam tape behind this sentiment, and it says Bundle of Joy. And I'm going to come in with the Tree Hugger wooden hearts and add a couple of those. And I think for a little boy card, I think it's so darling to add some of this wood element. Super, super cute. Using the liquid glue to adhere those down. Now for the other boy card, this one says Precious Baby Boy. I'm adding some of those wooden hearts, adding foam tape behind the two sentiments, and then that card is completely finished. I'm going to do the same thing for the baby girl card, but this says Sweet Baby Girl. I'm actually going to come in with the Be Mine clay hearts. They're white clay hearts. I'm going to add a few of those around and using the liquid glue to adhere those down as well. I thought the white really kind of popped off the front of that card. Now we've got this other cute little girl card. It says Hello Little One, again with foam tape behind both sentiments. I'm going to glue that little chick directly to the bunny on the side there and add some foam tape behind that, again for some more dimension. And I'm going to come in with the Strawberry Ice clay hearts and add a few of those around. Those don't stand out as much until you look close to the card because you've got that pretty floral background. But these two hearts have kind of like a brighter pink and then kind of like a frosted looking pink. So I did a couple big ones and then some smaller of the frosted hearts. I'm going to finish by adding some black glaze pen to the eyes. I'm going to do that first so it has time to dry. Then coming in with my white gel pen and adding some details to the cheeks, adding some little freckles. Once the black glaze pen has dried, I'm going to add some dots to the eyes to make those come to life. And then these cards are complete. And look at with the patterned paper, what a beautiful card that makes. It's so easy to put together, and you've just got these colored and stamped images that are the focal points of the card, but really that patterned paper is so, so beautiful. These are precious little cards, and I have a granddaughter on the way, so that was the inspiration for my design today. Finishing with this last one with the baby word as the focal point. Thank you guys so very much for stopping by and watching. I hope that you enjoyed this project, and I'll see you soon. Bye.